The decision to explore the moon cast an ethereal glow over the dilapidated facade of the abandoned asylum, its windows shattered and its halls cloaked in an unsettling silence. A group of friends, drawn together by curiosity and a sense of adventure, stood before the imposing structure, captivated by the eerie allure of its notorious past. Amelia, the fearless leader of the group, traced her fingers over the weathered letters of the sign that read, "Greenwood Asylum for the mentally ill." She looked at her friends with a mischievous glint in her eyes, a spark of excitement igniting the anticipation that hung in the air. Robert, the skeptical yet daring companion, furrowed his brow at the sight of the asylum. "Are you sure about this, Amelia? The stories about this place are no joke," he cautioned, eyeing the decaying building warily. Emily, the thrill-seeker of the group, interjected with enthusiasm. "Come on, Rob. It's just an old building with a spooky history. What's the worst that could happen?" Ethan, the youngest and most impressionable member, shifted nervously from foot to foot. His eyes darted between his friends and the foreboding structure. Uncertainty etched across his face. Amelia, undeterred by the warnings and fueled by the allure of the unknown, grinned at her friends. "We're here for an adventure, right? Let's see what secrets this place holds." With that, she led the way, pushing open the rusted gates that groaned in protest. As the group stepped into the asylum's shadowed courtyard, the decision to explore became a pact that bound them to the impending darkness within. The moon above seemed to wink knowingly, as if acknowledging the ripple that their choice had set in motion, a ripple that would soon evolve into a haunting symphony of secrets and spirits. The entrance. The air inside the asylum carried a heavy weight of forgotten memories and whispered regrets. The friends cautiously navigated through the entrance, their footsteps echoing in the dimly lit corridor. The flickering beams of their flashlights cast dancing shadows on peeling wallpaper and decaying furniture. The atmosphere within the asylum seemed to tighten as if the very walls held the ghosts of its troubled past. Amelia led the group, her steps echoing with a mix of excitement and trepidation. As they moved deeper into the building, the air grew colder, and a hushed tension enveloped them. Robert couldn't shake the feeling of unseen eyes watching their every move. "This place gives me the creeps," he muttered, glancing uneasily at the rusted beds and tattered curtains that lined the hallway. Emily, however, reveled in the eerie ambiance. "Imagine the stories these walls could tell," she said, running her fingers over the peeling paint as if attempting to absorb the asylum's history through touch. Ethan, clutching his flashlight tightly, gazed wide-eyed at the shadows that seemed to dance in the corners of the hallway. Unbeknownst to the group, his innocent perception would prove to be more attuned to the supernatural forces lingering within. As they explored further, they stumbled upon rooms that once held the tormented souls of the mentally ill. Faded murals and cryptic graffiti adorned the walls, telling tales of pain and despair. The oppressive silence was occasionally broken by the distant sound of creaking floorboards, amplifying the friends' growing sense of vulnerability. The friends reached the common area, a vast space where remnants of broken furniture and shattered glass lay scattered like remnants of a forgotten time. The moonlight filtering through the broken windows painted a haunting tableau, and the group felt the weight of the asylum's history pressing down on them. Amelia, undeterred by the ominous surroundings, turned to her friends. "This is just the beginning, guys. Let's keep going. There's more to uncover in this place." Little did they know that the asylum held secrets far darker than the decaying walls and broken windows suggested, and their journey into the heart of the haunted structure had only just begun. Uncovering disturbing secrets. The friends pressed on, their flashlights cutting through the darkness like feeble beacons in the vast labyrinth of the asylum. The air grew thicker as they ventured deeper, and a sense of unease settled over the group like a shroud. Amelia, driven by a relentless curiosity, led the friends into a wing of the asylum that seemed to have witnessed the most profound suffering. The walls whispered with the tortured echoes of the past, and the air carried a chilling resonance that made even the bravest among them shudder. In a forgotten corner, they discovered a room filled with old patient records, their yellowed pages containing tales of despair and medical experimentation. The friends huddled together, reading aloud the tragic stories etched in the asylum's archives, the tales of lives lost to the cruel hands of a bygone era. Photographs scattered on the floor revealed the faces of the tormented souls who once called the asylum home. Hollow eyes stared back at the friends, capturing the essence of the despair that permeated the decaying walls. The asylum, it seemed, had not only housed the mentally ill, but had been a breeding ground for suffering and neglect. As the friends continued their exploration, they stumbled upon an old recreation room adorned with faded murals and remnants of forgotten activities. The atmosphere in the room shifted as they uncovered evidence of a once vibrant place turned into a chamber of sorrow. In the dim light, shadows played tricks on their perception. Whispers echoed through the corridor, and the friends exchanged uneasy glances. Emily, ever the adventurer, suggested conducting an impromptu séance to connect with the lingering spirits. The idea, met with a mix of apprehension and curiosity, marked a turning point in their exploration. As they gathered in a circle, hands clasped and flashlights dimmed, the room seemed to pulse with a spectral energy. Unseen forces tugged at their senses, and the temperature dropped perceptibly. The friends, caught between the tangible reality and the supernatural realm, braced themselves for the unsettling revelations that awaited. In the rhythm of uncovering disturbing secrets, the asylum's dark history began to unfold, setting the stage for a confrontation with the tormented spirits that still lingered within the decaying walls. Little did the friends know that the spectral echoes of the past were poised to reveal themselves in ways beyond their wildest imaginations. Paranormal encounters begin. The friends, having uncovered the asylum's tragic history, proceeded cautiously, their senses heightened by the revelations of the past. As they continued their exploration, the atmosphere within the decaying asylum shifted, and a tangible sense of foreboding hung in the air. Strange occurrences began to unfold. Shadows moved with a life of their own, and the echoes of distant footsteps reverberated through the empty corridors. The asylum, it seemed, was awakening to their presence, and the friends found themselves at the mercy of forces beyond their understanding. Amelia, though the leader, couldn't shake the feeling of an unseen presence closing in on her. She glanced over her shoulder at irregular intervals, convinced that someone, or something, trailed their every step. The oppressive silence amplified the soft whispers that seemed to murmur secrets only the asylum could comprehend. In the heart of the asylum, the friends stumbled upon a room shrouded in darkness. The air within was thick with an otherworldly chill, and their flashlights flickered ominously. As they cautiously entered, the temperature plummeted, and their breaths materialized like ethereal wisps in the cold air. Ethan, the youngest and most sensitive among them, shivered and looked around, sensing a presence that eluded the others. Unbeknownst to the group, his innocent perception served as a conduit to the supernatural, allowing him glimpses into a realm unseen by his friends. Paranormal encounters intensified as the friends witnessed flickering lights, unexplained shadows, and inexplicable cold spots. Doors creaked open on their own accord, and the friends felt a spectral touch on their skin, a chilling caress that sent shivers down their spines. Emily, armed with a digital recorder, captured disembodied whispers and ghostly murmurs that seemed to respond to their presence. The asylum's past, once confined to dusty records, now manifested as an interactive spectral symphony that played on the fringes of their perception. As the paranormal encounters escalated, so did the group's unease. Tensions mounted, and the once sturdy bonds of friendship began to fray under the influence of the supernatural forces that surrounded them. The asylum, it seemed, held a malevolent energy that sought to test the resilience of their spirits. In the rhythm of paranormal encounters, the friends found themselves entangled in a dance with the unknown, their senses attuned to the haunting melodies of the tormented past. Little did they realize that the true depths of the asylum's spectral mysteries were yet to be unveiled, and the spirits that lingered within were poised to make their presence known in more profound ways, deepening fear and tension. The asylum, now a stage for the spectral and the unknown, cast a growing shadow over the once bold adventurers. As the friends delved deeper into the haunted corridors, the malevolent energy seemed to feed on their collective fear, transforming the asylum into a nightmarish theater of the macabre. Amelia, once the unyielding leader, felt the weight of an unseen force pressing down on her shoulders. Nightmares plagued her sleep, and waking hours became a relentless struggle against the encroaching darkness. The lingering spirits seemed to whisper promises of long-buried secrets, testing her resolve with each step. Robert, the skeptic-turned-believer, found himself haunted by doubt and paranoia. The asylum's influence toyed with his rational mind, and every creak of the floorboards and fleeting shadow played tricks on his senses. The line between reality and the supernatural blurred, leaving him teetering on the edge of his own convictions. Emily, armed with her digital recorder, analyzed the recordings with a mix of fascination and trepidation. The disembodied whispers captured in the asylum's depths began to form unsettling messages, as if the spirits sought to communicate their anguish and draw the living into their spectral symphony. Ethan, the innocent conduit to the supernatural, became increasingly withdrawn. His laughter, once a source of comfort, now echoed through the halls like an eerie melody, leaving the friends unsettled and questioning the true nature of the asylum's influence on the young boy. Tension simmered within the group as unexplained phenomena intensified. Doors slammed shut in defiance of the laws of physics, and ghostly apparitions manifested at the periphery of their vision. Each friend grappled with the growing realization that the asylum's haunted history was not content to remain confined to the shadows. The once unbreakable bonds of friendship strained under the weight of the supernatural, and unease blossomed into full-fledged fear. The group's unity began to fracture as suspicions and accusations danced through the air, like malevolent spirits, leaving them vulnerable to the true horror that awaited. In the rhythm of deepening fear and tension, the friends faced a crucible that tested not only their resilience but the very fabric of their connections. The asylum's dark influence tightened its grip, and the stage was set for a chilling crescendo that would reveal the depths of the malevolent forces that dwelled within. Little did they know that the true horrors of the asylum's past were about to unfold, pushing the friends to the brink of their sanity and unity, confronting the tormented spirits. The asylum, now a malevolent force that gripped the friends in its spectral clutches, set the stage for a confrontation between the living and the tormented spirits that lingered within its decaying walls. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy as the friends, their nerves on edge, sought to communicate with the restless entities that clamored for attention. Amelia, determined to uncover the truth, gathered the group in a room heavy with the weight of the asylum's history. Flickering candles cast dancing shadows on the walls as they prepared to delve into the supernatural, armed with seances, paranormal investigation equipment, and a collective desire to connect with the unseen. As the seance commenced, the room seemed to pulsate with a spectral energy. The friends held hands, their eyes closed, as they called out to the tormented spirits, inviting them to communicate. A shiver ran through the room and a cold wind swept through, extinguishing the candles and plunging them into darkness. Ethan, the unwitting conduit to the supernatural, spoke with an innocence that belied the gravity of the moment. "I see them. They're sad," he whispered, his eyes wide and unblinking as if peering into a realm unseen by the others. The paranormal investigation equipment crackled to life, capturing unexplained readings and ethereal voices that seemed to respond to the friends' questions. The atmosphere became charged with an unseen presence, and the asylum's tragic history manifested in fleeting glimpses and unspoken tragedies. In the midst of the supernatural encounter, the friends encountered a spectral figure, a manifestation of the tormented spirit that sought solace. Eyes filled with anguish stared back at them, conveying a tale of betrayal, abandonment, and an insatiable thirst for retribution. As the seance reached its zenith, the room echoed with anguished whispers and the spectral wails of the tormented spirits. The friends, their senses heightened by the supernatural, listened intently as the spirits revealed connections to their own lives, intertwining the living and the dead in a chilling dance. The confrontation with the tormented spirits left the friends emotionally drained, their perceptions forever altered by the spectral encounter. The asylum, it seemed, held not only the ghosts of its troubled past, but also the echoes of lives entwined in a supernatural tapestry. In the rhythm of confronting the tormented spirits, the friends grappled with the profound implications of their encounter. The boundaries between the living and the dead blurred, and the spectral forces that lingered within the asylum pushed them closer to the edge of understanding. Little did they know that the final revelation awaited, and the true nature of the asylum's haunting would be unveiled in a chilling crescendo of ghostly retribution. The final revelation. The asylum, now a crucible of supernatural forces and unresolved grievances, stood on the precipice of revealing its darkest secrets to the friends who dared to confront its tormented past. The echoes of the seance lingered, casting an ethereal haze over the atmosphere as the group prepared for the final revelation that awaited within the asylum's haunted halls. As the friends gathered in the room that had become a focal point for the supernatural, the air grew heavy with anticipation. The flickering candles cast elongated shadows, and the spectral energy seemed to hum with a sinister intent. The asylum, it appeared, held its breath, poised to share the last, chilling chapters of its haunted history. Amelia, undeterred by the mounting tension, addressed the unseen forces with a mix of determination and empathy. "We want to understand. Show us the truth," she implored, her voice resonating through the spectral stillness. Ethan, seemingly more attuned to the supernatural realm than the others, whispered in response to unseen whispers only he could hear. The friends listened intently as he relayed messages from the tormented spirits, the fragments of a tragic tale unfolding in the haunting cadence of his innocent voice. The room quivered with an unseen force as the final revelation began to take shape. Shadows danced in grotesque silhouettes, and the temperature plummeted as if the asylum itself recoiled from the impending truth. The friends, their breaths held, braced themselves for the spectral narrative that unfolded. In a chilling revelation, the spirits unveiled the core tragedy that bound them to the asylum's decaying embrace. Betrayal, misguided treatments, and a history of neglect painted a grim portrait of the institution's past. The friends, unwittingly drawn into the spectral narrative, felt the weight of the tormented soul's pain and the relentless thirst for retribution that fueled the supernatural forces. As the final revelation echoed through the haunted corridors, the friends grappled with the realization that the asylum's malevolence had roots in a profound human tragedy. The spectral forces, no longer mere phantoms, sought not only acknowledgement, but a reckoning for the injustices that had stained the institution's history. In the rhythm of the final revelation, the friends faced the chilling truth that the asylum's haunted history was intricately woven with the sorrows of the tormented souls that lingered within. Little did they know that the spectral tapestry had one last act, and the asylum's intentions would soon manifest in a crescendo of ghostly retribution that would leave an indelible mark on the living and the dead alike, escape and resolution. The final revelation hung in the air like a spectral echo, leaving the friends breathless and on the precipice of understanding the asylum's dark past. The weight of the truth pressed upon them, and as the spectral energy surged, the friends realized that their journey within the decaying asylum had yet to reach its harrowing conclusion. Sudden gusts of wind rattled the windows, and the flickering candles cast erratic shadows on the walls. The asylum, stirred by the revelation, seemed to demand a reckoning, a resolution that could only be forged through understanding and compassion. Amelia, her eyes reflecting a mixture of determination and compassion, took charge. "We need to find a way to put these tormented souls to rest," she asserted, her voice cutting through the supernatural tumult that enveloped the room. The friends, now united by a shared responsibility, navigated the haunted corridors with newfound purpose. Shadows clung to the walls, and the asylum's malevolent force seemed to resist their attempts to leave. The atmosphere crackled with a tension that bordered on the edge of the supernatural. Ethan, still connected to the spirits in ways the others couldn't comprehend, guided the group to a forgotten corner of the asylum, a place where the malevolence had festered the most. In the dim light, they discovered a forgotten relic, a symbolic artifact that held the key to appeasing the tormented souls. As they conducted a ritual of restitution, the friends felt the Asylum's energy shift. The air, once thick with spectral tension, began to lighten. Whispers of gratitude and release echoed through the haunted halls, and the temperature returned to normal as if the asylum itself exhaled a sigh of relief. The friends, their senses attuned to the supernatural, witnessed the spirit's ethereal forms dissipate, their anguished expressions replaced by an ephemeral tranquility. The asylum, no longer a bastion of malevolence, embraced a newfound serenity as the tormented souls found solace in the ritual of redemption. With the asylum's spectral energy subsiding, the friends retraced their steps, leaving the haunted corridors behind. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and the decaying building seemed to fade into the background as they emerged into the moonlit night. As they stepped beyond the asylum's rusted gates, a profound stillness settled over the group. The friends, forever changed by their supernatural ordeal, looked back at the once haunted structure with a mix of gratitude and reflection. The echoes of the tormented past, now put to rest, resonated as a testament to the indomitable spirit that had guided them through the shadows. In the rhythm of escape and resolution, the friends left the asylum behind, forever marked by the haunting symphony of the tormented souls they had encountered. Little did they know that the echoes of their harrowing journey would linger, a reminder that even in the face of the unknown, the bonds of understanding and compassion could bring solace to the restless spirits that dwelled within the shadows. And this is the end. I hope you like this story, and let's meet in another story. Do not forget to put a like for the video and subscribe to the channel to receive other stories that I'm sure you will like. See you soon.